saw King Xavier attempt his coup on our crew's side of the creek by waging a massive snowball fight. Or so we thought. As it turns out, the entire debacle was nothing more than a front. Xavier just wanted Craig and anyone else around during the break to be occupied fending off his forces, so Maya could scout the creek incognito, searching for a weak point. And sure enough, she believes she found one, when an isolated Kit is seen negotiating with her grandma to restock the creek's snack supply. I'm kinda mad at myself for not seeing this coming, because when you lay it all out on the table, these two plot points were always going to intersect. Kit and her snacks is the heart of the creek. These kids cannot survive without junk food. I know the feeling. Meanwhile, the name brand goods have been long associated with the other side of the creek. It's the first real thing they established about it. Xavier flexes his supply of candy like it's nothing, and that's because from what we know about his family, it isn't. But let's save the deep dive into Xavier for later. Right now, I want to focus on whatever game plan they have cooking up. We know Xavier is capable of being a twisted individual, at least for someone who's in like middle school. He forced Omar and Maya to fight for the position of his best friend. He's found immense joy in innocent kids being harmed while participating in games for his prizes. And of course, when he doesn't get his way, his last and favorite resort is always sentencing those he opposes to the maze. A horror that Craig and friends barely evaded. So with Maya's sights set on Kit, there's reason to be concerned for her well-being. But I honestly think Xavier's plan to conquer the creek may lean more into manipulation and mind games instead of a straightforward horrible tactic. However, we can't rule anything out with this guy, so I've come up with 3 possible routes the show could take with the storyline. Because I have way too much time on my hands in this quarantine, and Craig the Creek ended up becoming another hyperfixation. And before we dive in, I would just like to ask you guys to please like and subscribe. It really does help us out. I know it's the beginning of the video. Asking for engagement at the start of a video is kind of frowned upon by some people. I totally get it, so if you just want to wait until the end of the video, figure out if you actually like the content, I'll understand. But